It's been a while since I've walked along this road. I've heard that it's been kind of dangerous lately. I mean, I guess living this close to the edge of the forest, there's always some risk of running into a human. But, well, some of the stories about them aren't that bad, even though most of them, well, probably best not to think about that just now. I wonder if the humans that live on the other side of the border ever worry about running into one of us. I suppose a lot of the spirits are bigger and stronger than them, so maybe it would make sense if they were a little... Whoa there! Okay, I'm stopping, just like you said. It just takes me a minute, okay? I have some more momentum than someone as small as you. Sorry for that. But you should know better than to walk out into the middle of the road like that. Or, well, you should at least know better than to not bother getting out of the way when you see someone coming down the path at full gallop. You're lucky that I was able to see you from that far away, or I may not have stopped in time. Though, I suppose we still have some space between us, so maybe I did overreact just a little. But you still shouldn't be standing on the road like that. It can be dangerous around here, no matter what size you are. What are you, anyway? A kitsune, or maybe an elf? I always thought those types like to live deeper in the forest, but if you've lost your way or something like that, I could always try to... Hang on. We're not enemies. Why have you not lowered your weapon? Hang on. Could it be that you're... a human? Okay, don't freak out. Listen, I've heard plenty of nasty stories about your kind, but, well, that just means you've probably heard plenty of things about me as well. But whatever those stories say, I didn't come here to hurt you. I'm just going about my day, same as you. Or same as you should be, anyway. So, I can just turn around and head back to my home. And you can lower your weapon, turn around, and head back to yours. Okay? Everybody's happy. And safe that way. Still no response, huh? Look, I know I said I didn't mean you any harm, and I really don't, but in the case that the same isn't true for you, then, well, I don't like violence. On the contrary, I would very much like to avoid it, but I can't have you hurting the forest, or any of the creatures in it. So I would really like it if you could lower your weapon and just be on your way. Really, a human sword isn't even gonna do much against me, or most of the other things that you could encounter in here. In fact, the one you're holding looks even more flimsy than most. It's almost like... Hang on a second. Is that even a sword at all? Yeah, I know, you probably don't want me to get any closer to you, but... Are you holding a tree branch? And it seems to be shaking quite a bit, too. Listen, I know I said that I would protect the forest, and that's still true, by the way, but I really don't mean any harm to you either. And by the looks of it, even if you did want to try and hurt me, I'm not sure that you would be able to. Even in the most willing hands, a tree branch isn't gonna do much against a centaur, and yours seem to be a little... hesitant. Or maybe even... I'm gonna get closer again, okay? Yeah, I know you don't really want me to, but I don't think there's much you can do about it, so sorry. But if it makes you feel any better, I really don't want to hurt you, like, at all. I just want to see a little bit better, so then maybe I can... Yeah, that's definitely a tree branch. And to think I was so frightened of you before. But, well, it looks like I'm not the only one that's a little scared right now, huh? I guess I am quite a bit bigger than you. And since well, you might as well be unarmed. I guess I can see how the human stories would have thrown you into a bit of a state, but, well, I don't want to hurt you as long as you don't want to hurt me. And it would be unfair to just leave you behind when I would be perfectly willing to help another creature that was in your place. So, I know you might not want my help, but I'm afraid it looks like you might need it. I mean, I'm sure I don't have to tell you, but humans don't usually enter this forest super willingly. And I don't know what caused you to get here exactly, but it's pretty clear that it's not exactly where you want to be. I know this area pretty well. I could help you get back to a safer road, if you like. If anything, it would make sure that you don't give anyone else in here the same fright you gave me. But maybe it could do a little bit more than that, too. I wouldn't want any creature to be suffering, human or not. So, if you'll take it, then I'm offering you my help. Yeah, that's it. You can lower your branch. It was a good effort, but it wouldn't have done you much good in the end anyway. I'm gonna get closer to you again. Is that okay? Or no? That's fine. I can stay right here. If you want, I could always sit, too, if that makes me seem any less imposing. No? You're sure you're okay with this? Alright. I didn't really mean to startle you before. I guess I didn't realize that just because you're a human, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're much of a threat. I'm not sure what brings you here. Whether you're lost, or just in over your head, or, well, I have heard of 1 or 2 humans that have come into the forest voluntarily, but it's been a long time since any of them have been around. That I know of, anyway. And, well, no offense to you, but if you're the type to start freaking out and waving a tree branch around the first sign of someone else on the road, then you're probably not the type that is coming in here with a plan to stick around. And walking as slowly as you were before. Honestly, if I didn't know any better, then I would say that you... Hang on. I know I said I wouldn't get any closer, but... Are you... hurt? You are, aren't you? Don't try to hide it now. You're favoring your side. Is there something wrong with your ribs? I'm not the best healer, I know, but I do have a little bit of skill. I could take a bit of a look at it, if you want. It seems to be causing you some trouble, and some pain besides. And it won't do you any good to keep on like this, hurt like that, and so close to nightfall, too. So, if you don't mind, are you okay with me having a look? Okay, yeah, of course it's no trouble. I'm gonna get a little closer to you now then, alright? I guess I am a lot taller than you. It really shows now that you're right in front of me. After all the stories I've heard of humans, I sometimes forget that you're just really... tiny. But no time for that, I guess. I'm gonna sit so that I'm more on your level. But if I see that tree branch or anything else, I won't be happy, okay? Okay. I guess if you were gonna hurt me, then you probably would have done it by now anyway. So, let's see. Is it okay if I touch you just a bit? I'll be as gentle as I can. Alright. if I could lift your shirt a little bit, then it would really help me to be able to see what might be wrong. Oh, don't worry, human. It's nothing that I haven't seen before. From the waist up, your kind and mine are mostly indistinguishable. So, if you don't mind... Thanks. There you go. Nice and steady. Oh, here. I can help you with that if it's a struggle. Sorry, I should have thought of that before. There we are. Now let's see... Well, I can see why you might be in a bit of pain. You've got a pretty big bruise there on your side. Like, bigger than I've ever seen big. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to freak you out with that. Geez, I've got some great bedside manner, huh? It's probably not that big of a deal, but if it looks like that, then I think there's a real possibility that your ribs might be broken. Is it kind of hard for you to breathe at all? It is? Okay. There is a surefire way for me to check for things like that, but I would have to touch you. And it might hurt just a bit, so if you don't want me to, I totally understand, or... Oh, you don't mind? Okay, yeah. If you're sure that it's okay, then all I would do is just run my hand up your side and try to feel the bones. If it gets too much, just tell me to stop, okay? Okay. Just take as deep a breath as you can, and... Okay, sorry. Just hold still for a bit longer, and... Okay, you're done. You did a great job, though. Okay. The good news is, I don't think it's as bad as it could be. And I think it's definitely better than it looks. But there's at least 2 ribs that seem to be broken. But don't worry, it's nothing that a bit of medicine and a lot of rest shouldn't be able to fix. I don't know why it is that you ended up in the woods, but I'm really glad that I was able to find you. And while I'm definitely less scared of you now than I was before, I think it might be good if you were able to return to your own kind. Although, I'm not well versed in human customs, but I do understand that many of them do not have the types of healing magic that we here in the forest possess, so if you want, I could take you back to your own kind, but I could also take you back to my own home. The choice is yours, of course, but I don't live far, and I wouldn't mind having a guest if you don't mind being one. So, which will it be? You could go home with me, or you could go back to wherever it is you came from. You want to go home with me? Perfect. I was kind of hoping you would say that. Here, I'll help you onto my back, and then we can be off.